Well, there's problems in every fight that you have to identify, confront, and overcome. The good thing about it is Amir, Amir being victorious in that fight, we won't have to hear any critics minimize who he fought. They'll give him the benefit of the doubt this time and not minimize him like they did his last fight, fighting a two-time world champion, but they found a way to minimize him. So this time I don't think they'll be able to do that and be much more fair to him.
There were a few names in the frame for Amir next. Why Luis Collazo and why now?
Well, for May 3rd, the Mayweather undercard, I mean, I think they narrowed down and to be more selective. Those were the names that they came up with. It's a business, so you want to approach the business side of it as well as the physical side of it. So it made good business sense to fight Collazo on May 3rd.
You mentioned business sense, of course, on Floyd Mayweather's undercard. That must keep the fire alive in terms of Amir fighting Floyd. If you win and make a big impression on his undercard, then it only makes it more likely, surely.
Well, that's the idea. Again, reiterating what I just said, it's a business for Amir to shine and show that he belongs in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. What better place to display that than on the undercard and fighting the fight right before his fight. So I think it'll give him a great opportunity, and I expect him to make the most of it.
You and him have been working together quite a while now. For this fight in particular, you'll have a long camp, a long time with Amir. How much is that going to benefit you as his trainer to really get the best out of him now when you've got a long schedule ahead of you?
Well, I think by him coming to California in between fights to work on things that we needed to work on and progressing on things we needed to progress on, I think these things will be apparent in the fight, and I think off of that it'll continue that momentum to roll towards a Mayweather fight or towards the bigger fights. And also it is my inner belief that he belongs in there with the best because he's one of the best despite the setbacks and everything. The fact was he had a tremendous upside. So because he had a tremendous upside, you don't give up right there. You just continue to build on what he offers, and he has a lot to offer.
Just how big an improvement have you seen in Amir the time you've had him?
Well, his focus, number one, his desire to get better, his desire to come back and make an impression in the boxing world. He's really a young man, a young fighter, 27 years old. So he realizes that time is on his side. He has time, but he doesn't have time to waste. But he kept his word to me and dedicated himself in between fights to get better. And I'm pleased with his effort.